Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to demonstrate two live trades using OmniEdge. However, this is a voiceover because I realized after the recording that I was muted the whole time. So I'm not going to spend too much time showing these trades. Again, there was no audio, but I just wanted to talk about what OmniEdge is and how it could be helpful in your trading. So first, in this gold trade took place about a couple of hours after the London Open, and on purpose I wanted to demonstrate how effective this is outside of the New York session. As you can see, if you look to the left, I missed the initial move right from the midline. That's the bull bear separation below the midline. I want to be short toward the red line, which is the target. So as you can see, I missed the initial move. I wasn't awake for that. However, upon a retest of the target from below and a failure, I can take another short trade. So what is OmniEdge? OmniEdge is an indicator that identifies key levels throughout the 22-hour cycle, beginning at 6 p.m. when the markets open, US Eastern Time, until 4 p.m. the following day. So throughout those 22 hours, going into the Asian session, the London session, and of course the New York session, using what is called time shift, this indicator, which identifies levels based on the US levels methodology. This is the course that I teach. It continuously identifies these levels throughout the 22-hour cycle. When I first created the US levels course, it was specifically for the New York session. However, when I really looked kind of deeper into it and tested some more things and adjusted a couple of things, I began to realize that this methodology is very effective not only for the New York session, but the Asian session and the London session as well. The only downside, I guess, is that now I am awake until late at night and I wake up super early in the morning simply because there are so many opportunities, especially the way gold has been moving lately, and of course the Nasdaq as well. So in this Nasdaq trade, very similar to gold, once again, if you look to the left, I missed the initial move, but below the midline, you look to be short toward the target. I missed that, so I had to wait for price to come back again toward that target price, that red line, and again I'm trying a short trade. Now, just a reminder, this indicator is available only to those who completed the US levels course. If you ask me why can't I simply sell the indicator, well, if you don't understand what is behind these levels, how this indicator, OmniEdge, how it arrives at these levels, if there is no understanding, I think what's going to happen is it's going to be just another indicator that's collecting dust in your computer, just another thing you bought without understanding, and so it's not doing anything to benefit your trading. I do not believe in simply following indicators. There must be an understanding as to what is behind it. And so with OmniEdge, once you take the course, you can actually identify these levels without the indicator. And obviously the indicator saves a lot of time. I highly recommend it. However, it's not about the indicator, it's about the knowledge and understanding of why markets look for these levels. And it's not based on any prior high low, Fibonacci levels, I don't know, market profile or anything else like that. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq and maybe gold now, going back this week during the London session, during the Asian session. It doesn't matter. Once again, now it's 22 hours a day of constant adjusting the levels, and those levels are just super accurate. This is the London Open going right to the target toward the end of the session before going into the New York session. So again, reaching and reacting from the target. the day before. Once again, going into the New York session from the London session took a while, but as the New York session begins to open, it reaches the target of the London session right there before reacting. New York session the day before, again from the midline to the target. Look at that, hitting the target, immediately reverses and goes completely the other way to the upper target. Now this last time shift is shortly before the close. It's a very short time shift, but even this one can produce decent results, and maybe not quite as good, but definitely decent results. Maybe for those of you who cannot trade when the New York session opens but are only available in the afternoons, this can still produce a nice move. You just got to be patient, I guess, but targets are still often reached. This is going into the Asian session now. So again, a nice move up, misses the buy level here. Now, those of you who took the methodology, you guys understand. You guys know what happens when there is a miss of a target. Now, by the way, even this miss is quite a few Nasdaq points, but regardless, a miss of a target very often means that they actually want the other side. And so as we move deeper into the Asian session on this day, there was a move below the midline toward this target on the bottom. This is gold, New York session, again from the midline to the target, to the midline, to the sell level, right? This target on the bottom, that's the bearish target being below the midline, to the midline again, and down again to this lower target, breaking through, retest, and fail. So these levels continue to play a role throughout the three main sessions. One last thing, we now offer an annual subscription as opposed to monthly, which will definitely save you money. Also, if you did not take the US levels course and you opt to go with the annual subscription, there is a big discount on the course as well, along with the indicator. As a bonus, all those who opt for the annual subscription will receive HPS training. This training will be free if you completed the US levels course, or just $150 if you did not. So what are HPS signals? If you are new, every day before the New York session opens, I give buy and sell triggers for the YM and the Nasdaq. For gold, I post these triggers shortly after Globex opens at 6 p.m. Our members love them. Some very big moves happen from these triggers, but at the very least, they're good for a scalp. This offer will last until November 10th. So after that, there will be no more option for an annual subscription, and I will be working with those who did take the annual subscription to work on HPS methodology. Why do I offer it only to those who take the annual subscription? Well, because I'm getting a bit tired of working with traders who keep switching from one thing to another. They keep on looking for this one shiny indicator that will help them be profitable. They keep switching indicators, they keep switching systems, and they really don't give themselves the opportunity to be successful. So by working with traders who I know I'm going to have for a year, I know I'm going to have the opportunity to teach and then review and give support, and then I know that there is a very high probability that these traders are going to be profitable. But I know for a fact that there is nothing I can do within 1 month. So I'm getting more and more interested in working with traders who make a commitment, who are serious, as opposed to traders who just kind of want to travel through and stop by and see what's going on and move to the next thing. I mean, I know traders who spend thousands, tens of thousands of dollars of all kinds of programs and indicators and automated strategies and trading rooms and whatnot. And I simply don't want to be part of that statistic. I don't want to be just another thing that someone purchased and then they claim, well, it doesn't work. The fact is not that it doesn't work, is that there is no serious commitment. So I'm looking for people with a serious commitment, and that's why the HPS training will only be offered to those who sign up for a year. Right, so I'm going to end things here. In the description is my email if you have any questions. Of course, a link to our Discord server. Please leave a like to this video, it definitely helps. If you want to leave a comment, I'll appreciate it as well. Thank you all, I'll see you next time.